Does everyone know who this boy is? Yes, Pinocchio. He has a nose that becomes longer whenever he's lying. So now imagine if you were Pinocchio, how many meters would your nose be now? Probably you can't enter this class because of the length of your nose.
Yeah.
So everyone often lie. And I wonder why. So for today, I'm going to talk about the truth about lying. Let me start with introduction. First of all, I will explain why do we tell lies. And the most common lies, finally, white lies. First, why do we tell lies? Actually, the reasons are quite complicated, but generally it can be divided into 6. Just for fun, or to get attention from other people so you can make yourself stand out and recognized. And what else? To protect yourself when you're scared of getting punished for something. And sometimes to revenge and to get something that you really want. And sometimes to help your friends or family. Among these reasons, the most common one derives from a desire for fame or making yourself valuable. But actually, however, telling a lie sometimes brings the opposite consequence. It could make yourself miserable and decrease your merit. But even though it has this dangerous part, still we don't stop telling lies. So here are the most common lies you will hear, or you already have told at least once. And here is the case of mom and son or daughter. When I was younger, I pestered my parents when something. I was like, Mom, I really want to get the new laptop that I mentioned before. You know, I have 100 friends, Fabio, Yumi, Yewan, Jerome, and they all have that one except for me. I really need it. So my mother was like, then you should do something that I asked. Now, I did everything that she wanted me to do. Finally, I got my laptop. So, tonight, I will spend whole night with my laptop because I have a lot of things to do with my new lovely laptop. So, I do Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and play Tetris. Actually, I was really crazy about Tetris when I was in high school. So, anyway, it's already 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m., and suddenly I hear footsteps. And it's my mother's, and it means my mother is coming to check if I'm sleeping. So I'm like, the door burst open, and my mother is like, what are you doing? Do you know what time it is? So I'm like, Mom, I just turned it on. And this one will be the last. Please, trust me. And my mother is like, well, who do you resemble? Who do you take after? Why can't you do anything right. And she's like, when I was your age, I said very hard, and I did as your grandmother said. And I'm like, well, Mom, I'm sorry, but I'm your daughter. So this is the most common reason between mom and son and daughter. And here is a case of couple. When I saw my parents have an argument, and if it's my father's fault, my mother says, I'm not gonna be angry, so just tell the truth. And my father says, honey, I've never lied to you in my life. And if I would be born again, I will marry you again. So I'm like, both of them are lying. And in the end, they make peace somehow. So as you heard the case of my parents, telling a lie sometimes works in a good way. So there are white lies. We often tell as well, and until today, if it's wrong or not, is quite controversial. Can lying ever be justified? I think there's no exact answer, but many different kind of things happen under many different kind of circumstances. But the most important thing is whether you tell lies or not, whether you tell lies or tell the truth. You should take responsibility. If you can bear the consequence, and if you can take responsibilities, that can be kind of justified. For now, I talked about the reason why we tell lies, and the most common lies we tell, and finally about white lies. A novelist, Oliver Goldsmith, said, "Ask me no question, and I will tell you no lies." As he says, we all live with telling a lot of lies. Whenever it's bigger or smaller. But when you tell a lie, we should look back if it hurts somebody. Not just other people, but also yourself.